What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XLM Stellar Lumens today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. Here we are sitting at about 40 cents right now. Stellar with a 8% drop yesterday. It's a little bit more than what we saw for the average coin, I think, right? If we look at others, you look at this here on a daily basis. Yesterday dropped 3.5%. So yeah, it's a pretty intense drop compared to the rest of the markets, but just compared to what it's been doing, it's really not that intense. Okay, Stellar it's used to these bigger moves up, bigger moves down. It doesn't look that significant on the charts, but whenever you actually look at the percentage, 7.9%, that's kind of intense compared to the average drop being 3.5% yesterday, right? It's more than double the average drop yesterday, so nothing to be concerned with. The average drop, by the way, also yesterday for the average altcoin looked more like this, okay? From a low to a high, they pulled all the way back to their golden ratio, where Stellar Lumens, from a low to a high, only pulled back to its 0.5. It didn't even hit the golden ratio. So while, yes, it is a lower, or it's a more dramatic move to the downside percentage-wise, it's a less dramatic move in relativity to the overall, like, low to high move that you just had. Does that make sense? Does that make any sense? I don't know. All that to say, you dropped more, and yet you're showing more strength at the same time, right? Because you haven't retraced as much within this move as the average coin did. So kind of an interesting perspective there, I suppose. On a daily perspective here, looking at the RSI, I like what you're doing. I like the higher lows setup that you have, the higher high setup that you have. Hopefully this could get you set up for some kind of upward trend in the daily RSI in the days to come. Looking at the 4-hour time frame, getting toward the oversold zone, but not quite hitting it. You're at the 123 moving average here, the green line right there. Do you respect this resistance there? Kind of. Looks like you respected it. You don't interact with it too much, do you? I would say, yeah, you show some respect to it. Yeah, definitely. So, with that in mind, could you be finding support here? I think you could be. No bullish divergence or anything to go off of. Let's just see higher lows here. There you go. You got some higher lows, some bullish divergence to build off of here. I suspect you do. If you go lower, if Stellar goes lower, then maybe it goes to its golden ratio like the rest of them did. Maybe it goes to 37.5 to 64 cents, somewhere in there. It's at 39.5 cents now. You could go down there. It's possible, but I doubt you do. I would more think that you probably find support and move up from here, personally. Stellar does this thing where it can look like it's going lower, and right whenever it looks like it wants to go lower, that's when it goes up. Really, you're just finding support at previous areas of resistance here, previous areas of support here. I wonder, too, if we go back in time. I just wonder. Come on. Back in time. We're going to time travel. Let's see. Kind of at a high point here. Not really too significant back in time. It's not the same kind of, or that's not the level of significance I was looking for, but somewhat kind of significant right there. Hey, a little bit of support there, actually, a little bit of resistance. So kind of significant, but not what I was expecting to see or looking to see. I guess I wasn't expecting anything. Really, truthfully, what I think you're doing, Stellar, is you're just back testing this trend line that you broke out of, right? You broke out of this trend here. You're pulling back testing this zone that you broke out from, which is right here. And now you're going to move up. It's very common, and a lot of people, myself included, I used to miss this all the time when I started doing TA, because the person I learned from, or one of the people I learned from, they told me that you always pull back to the trend line to bounce. But that's not true, because there's another guy, Thomas Bulkowski. I learned a lot from him, and I've used his website on here a few times, the pattern site, right? Through him, I've learned that it's not the line that you pull back to, although you can. Oftentimes you do pull back to the line, you break above it, you pull back, test support on that area, but it's the breakout point. It's the breakout point that you retest, right? Which would have been right here is your breakout point. And look, you back tested that perfectly. So that can get you in trouble, because if you're looking at this and you're expecting it to go back here because you think you know something, because you have a special magical diagonal line, which really isn't that special or magical at all, you can get a little bit screwed if you're expecting lower prices. That'll never come, because really what you did is you back tested an area that it seems so obscure. It seems so obscure. It seems like something that doesn't matter, but it's this breakout point. That's where you're finding support. Again, culminating with previous areas of resistance and support and more going back that way. It's likely that Stellar finds its low here and it moves higher. Okay, 40 cents right now. Let's measure out where we'd expect to see this thing go and then end the video. Relative high to low from the last cycle. Hold on. I thought I had to sneeze, but I did not. Ooh. 886 resistance, 618 support. There's no doubt in my mind at all that Stellar Lumens will see anything from $1.54 to $3.60 over the coming weeks, over the coming months. Likely, it does not stop at $1.54. Equally as likely, it does not achieve $3.58. So the most likely outcome, in my opinion, would be something in between, right? Something in between. And that $2.18 price target is a good area for in between. If we look at this as a bull flag, and I very much do believe it is a bull flag, take your low to high here, and you put the base of this measurement at the base of the flag, it would give you a line like this. That's your measure move line, okay? That's your target, is all the way up there. And then if we zoom back out and we look at the relative high to low here, you got your 1272 very near that line. You get your last cycle's high to the current bear cycle low that we had here. That 1414 is right on that line as well. So there's a lot going on at that $2.20 to $2.50 area, certainly around $2. I think that would make the most sense. At a bare minimum, $1.54, but we've refined that a little bit. I think there's more reason to believe that the bare minimum should be something closer to like $1.70, but you know, time will tell. At any rate, I definitely suspect Stellar Lumens is going to do phenomenal things in the coming days, coming weeks, coming months. It's got some good stuff to go. I think Bitcoin has found its bottom as well, so that'll probably reflect very well, not just in Stellar, but in all altcoins. XLM here, pulling back, getting this expansion, pulling back. Likely when you do close above you close above 41 or 40.5 cents when you close above there on a daily basis, that likely will be a signal that not only have you found your low, but you're beginning this next move up. So you're not too far away from that at all. Closing above 40.5 cents is going to be a very significant thing, and staying above there. Don't close above there. If you close above there and you close below there and then you close above there and you close below there, if you do that, then you're disrespecting it, which means that the power of the signal itself would be lessened, which doesn't mean that you're not going to grow. It just means instead of moving up above this ribbon being a signal that you're ready to go now, it would mean that it's not ready to go now. It'll be ready whenever it's ready, whatever, you know. So, and that's the case anyway. So I don't know how much that last part made sense or not, but daily ribbon looks good, looks fine as long as you bounce here. 3-day ribbon, same thing. Weekly ribbon looks ferocious. You could actually go lower and it still looks good. And the monthly ribbon, getting that monthly cross, man, that I can't tell you how beautiful that is. That really is beautiful. I think that all that indicates is that you have months of prosperity to go from here, and it's just getting started. So if that all sounds good to you guys, hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all for being here. I think Stellar's got a lot to go. I think it's just getting started. If the question at hand is this a good price to buy? The answer at hand is hell yes, it is. Definitely. Not financial advice, but you bet your sweet ass it is. All right, take care. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.